Hello, my man. How are you feeling today? This is going to be the last video of the series, What You Resist Persists. Hi, I'm Jesse, and this is the Valiant Lifestyle, and I strive as I slip to give you the absolute best when it comes to support, information, and relay that to you in what I've gleaned through my own experiences. And I believe within my own experiences, what I've learned to be helpful. If this is your first time watching my video, I'd like to invite you to subscribe. It's right here. Hit the little bell notification. Click all, because that will let you know about any video that becomes available to you. You'll be notified. And some happy sirens for me today. So let's go. What you resist persists. And I don't want to resist that, because that's just for me. That's just a celebration of this being the final day that we get to celebrate what this theme week has been all about. I wanted to talk to feeling the feels and within the what we resist persists, because I feel like that's important. And I haven't really addressed that yet because, well, A, I didn't think about it, and B, today the awareness happened around, well, let's give my man this to work with as well. It's okay to feel the feels. When you're in a tight situation, or when you're in a situation, whatever it is, it's okay to feel like it's resistant in that moment or several moments. What I've been saying is, throughout what we resist persists, is don't hold on to it. Let it go. Don't hold on to it, because that's when it festers and becomes an issue for you. Now, yes, easier said than done. Is it? Is it though? Because even saying that, we create a story around it not being easy enough for us to do it. Why not let go of that story altogether as well? Because that's not serving you either. I know it wasn't for me. So the feels and the feeling of this situation, like I want to new fresh snow, I'm like, the Neja film has to get out. The feels of the resistance, because there is either been an argument or there's been some sort of issue that you've had with a work colleague where you don't really agree, or let's say that you're having a conversation with several of your buddies, and as you get into that conversation, you find yourself becoming triggered or irritated. Now, instead of really just listening to how your body feels, you either get up and walk out and have your swear words. You sit there and you either mock or you start to cower in the situation. And maybe what you do as well is we sit there and deny it. We sit there and deny it that it's actually causing the trigger, it's causing some sort of issue, and that we're in shock that we even have to have the feeling of it being an issue, and then we're also in shock that that person has said something that we like, it's not in alignment with what we're all about, or what we stand for, or the conversation in itself. Let me give you an example. I have been in a hot tub with a few of my buddies, and I remember being in the hot tub with actually nine of my pals, some of my groomsmen, and my best man. And we arrived at something within one of my pals, as they're in an open relationship. Now, what I did find myself in that situation where I was getting married was irked and upset about it, because why would you bring that up in moments let's not say moments, hours before I was getting married to my ex-wife at the time. And why would you say it in a way that it was known that it was going to irritate me? Now, none of that really matters, because I know my buddy was just trying to test me to see what I felt, how I felt about that. And when I look at the grander scheme of things, and my issue with that, my issue was simply with me, because I was already having issues with infidelity, and I was upset that he was able to pronounce himself as an individual who was openly doing that, but it was consensual, wherein I wasn't doing that consensually, where I and doing it behind her back. Now, that is the conundrum here, because that is, in essence, a projection of anger. Because the next thing I did was I lashed out at him. I got really upset with him, and we had some booze that night. And the projection of what that is, because the angry part of me was, how dare I do that? So what I was doing in that moment was having all these feels. What I want to tell you is, it's okay to have all those feels. It is okay. But let it go, because what we resist persists. And it ends up in your body, and it ends up causing you pain, and it ends up causing you a physical ailment. I know this because I'm seeing it over and over in my clients. I didn't let go of this. I haven't processed that. I had this issue with my buddy. I've had this issue with my husband, my wife. Yes, I have female clients too. I have this issue with my kids, my mother, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my father. When I was younger, I was abused. Physically, sexually, I'm hearing it. But there is something inside of you that must figure out how to let it go. Now, I'm fortunate to bear witness to my clients in some of these moments where they're so vulnerable that they have only begun to hear themselves say these things for the first time. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is it being unreasonable to yourself, that you know, because this is what I've done. It was unreasonable for me to hold on to something for too long, because I was too stubborn to let it go, because I wanted to keep being angry about it. I wanted to use that as fuel, because it felt like something of revenge that I would eventually take out on that person, or I would have his ammo. But guess who it fooled? It fooled me, because it ended up in my shoulder, it ended up in my lower back, and it ended up in my feet. What am I talking about? The pain, the stress, the emotions that you feel that you don't let go. Make no mistake, they end up as physical ailments in your body. They end up as something physical in your body. And the emotions become this physical representation of, I cheated on my husband and I can't let that go for myself. Or I'm angry with my wife and I can't let that go. And it ends up as a physical thing inside of a person. I also see things like heartbreak. And while I know what heartbreak looks like, it's the rounding of the shoulders to protect the heart, but it ends up as there's vulnerability in the neck, and the neck becomes the painful area, because women in particular are vulnerable here. They are trying to protect themselves from having any more heartache. Rounding the shoulders, protecting the neck. Men do is they crouch lower and their lower back becomes the issue. And they arrive at some sort of back pain. Yeah, we do. And some other issues are knees. That's something that we have in common, in hips. So let it go. Find a way to let it go, because you're worth, your body is worthy of you being pain-free. And we've been shown that we need to hold on to it, because anger is the medicine that helps us leverage ourselves in the world. No, it doesn't. It's a lie. It doesn't get you anything. It gets you deceit. It gets you infidelity. It gets you addictions. It gets you mental illness. It gets you physical illness. I'm living proof of all those. So, if this is something that you really want to chat about, because I know that there's some of you watching this right now that are going, man, it's starting to make sense and it's resonating, and you're quiet because you're still listening to me talk about this. I want you to take action right now. I want you to finally make this decision for yourself. Enough. I want to go about my life in peace. I want to be pain-free. I don't want this mental gymnastics anymore in the monkey brain. I'm going to call Jesse. I'm going to arrange a meeting with Jesse. The time is now. It's 2025 and it's February 1st. And I still have time this year to get it right. Even if it was June. But I want you to do it now. Make the decision that you've always wanted to make for yourself, and give yourself the gift of having a gab with me. A 30-minute complimentary call, discovery call. Go to my website, thevaliantlifestyle.com. Book your 30-minute discovery call completely on me, and let's have a chat. Let's finally talk. I'm looking forward to talking to you. And on that note, enjoy the snow. Or enjoy the video with the snow in my video. Talk to you soon. Let's do this. Where's the stop?